Welcome to This is Random.
I am Tay.
And I'm Adri. Today we'll be reading off other people's "Am I an asshole?" comment.
As I'm pretty much all of you know, because it is a very popular thing right now. Am I the asshole? It's a forum on Reddit where people pretty much dish out on their problems and scenarios in their lives, and they ask the general public, are they the asshole?
Yes, and if we have time, we will be reading unpopular opinions and giving our opinions on those.
Yes. So I guess I'll go with my first story?
Yes.
Okay. So, first story. Am I the asshole for being upset that my friend can afford to join our expensive trip?
No.
You sure?
Wait, yeah. You are. Why are you upset? Because your friend... Okay, explain.
Okay.
I feel like there might be more to this
All right.
than...
So I, 29-year-old female, have a close group of friends all around the same age. We've been friends since middle/high school. 4 of us work in tech and are high earners. Amy doesn't and is the only one that doesn't make at least 6 figures. So these friends got some money.
Yeah, So I heard.
We tend to be generous with Amy because of her financial situation. Over the pandemic, Amy's job became very unstable and unreliable.
Okay.
As I'm pretty sure all
Most
of ours
people.
has.
Yeah.
We found out that she couldn't afford her mortgage, so the 4 of us decided to help her out with her rent. Since February, we've been giving her about $1.2K a month to help her out with her expenses. I personally contributed $600 since I had the least amount of other obligations. The arrangement worked for us with no issues until one of the girls' older sister got engaged. She's having a big wedding and we were all going to be bridesmaids. She was also planning a lavish bachelorette getaway. She told us the budget will be a little over $6,000 per bridesmaid. She was very understanding that not all the bridesmaids could attend due to financial or timing reasons. 3 of the other girls declined attending. We were all surprised when Amy says she's gonna go. Afterwards, we asked Amy how she could afford this optional trip, especially when she's been struggling to make her mortgage.
Right.
She casually said that her job had picked up when she's gotten lucky with some investments. So for months, she's been saving and investing the money we gave her. I got pissed off. Am I the asshole for being mad?
No.
Explain. Come on.
One, she's been having money this whole time and they've been very nice. Those are very nice friends. Like, to be paying your mortgage, just handing you money so you could live normal and not have to worry about, where you're gonna pay your next bill. And then you want to tell me she can afford this big trip because the money we've been giving her, she's been investing in it and saving it instead of just saying, oh guys, it's okay, thanks, I have money now, I got it, you guys are great friends, yada yada yada. No. Amy needs to go somewhere.
Amy needs to go somewhere. I'm gonna agree with you on this. The poster is not the asshole, in my opinion. Like you said, they gave her this money specifically for mortgage reasons.
Right.
Amy made it seem from reading this, she cannot afford living expenses. So
Right.
I feel like there was no other reason for you to give her the money than that. I've kind of been in Amy in this situation, not as big as like saving thousands of dollars. I think that shit is shady, but I've been in the sense where like say in high school, my parents would give me like $20 a week,
Okay.
so to speak, and it was supposed to last me throughout the week. I never spent that money like that, so what I did was just pocket it and save it up.
That's different.
I know it's different because it's such a large amount of
No,
money.
it's not even about the money. That's your parents. They give you money. You were in high school. You weren't working. This is totally different. You have to be supported by your parents.
No, that's why I agree. Like, I feel like it's not the same because what Amy is doing is fucked up.
Yeah.
It's just in the sense where it's the same. I was doing the same thing in the sense where like pocketing money for my own gain when the money was given for specific reasons. However, Amy pocketing that money and not putting and like pretty much living off her friends essentially for what? And then to add on to the post, I didn't get to read this part, but to add on, OP says that Amy insisted that we give her the money. We gave her the money and she can do whatever she wants with it. She's mad at us for telling her what she can do with her gift. My thing is, this is
Gift.
not a gift. Your friends are giving you money so you can live.
Gift.
Yeah, Amy considers it a gift apparently.
Did they state, oh, this is a gift? Did they
I
wrap it in a bow and shit?
Did they put it in like a card
A
or
card.
something?
It was like, here is some present. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's. Happy birthday. I feel like they didn't do that. I
I
feel
don't think so.
like,
I don't know where Amy got the idea that she's being given a gift.
I don't know.
Amy, watch out for people like Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I, wow. I wouldn't. That's crazy.
All right. Do you have one?
Yes.
All right. What's
I
yours?
have one. It's pretty long.
It's okay.
Okay. All right, guys. Put my reading skills to the test.
You got this.
Okay. Am I the asshole for telling my best friend she's not equal to my fiance?
All right. Off that immediate title, I'm gonna say yes. Well, you know what? Let's find out. Let's find
Okay.
out.
I'm 28 and engaged to a great man the same age as me. We've been dating since we were 16 and got engaged at 24, 4 years ago. I have a best friend, Angela, who's also 28. She's a woman as well as me. Angela has barely grown out of high school mentally. She still acts like she did back then, clubbing every weekend, hooking up, always out with friends, new and old. She never had a boyfriend or girlfriend. She only has had situationships, so she doesn't know how commitment works. I don't judge her for that since she seems fine with her life, and I'm happy that my friends are being themselves and I get to be myself despite having different interests. Lately, I've had my suspicions that Angela believes that she still comes before my fiance just because we were each other's number one priorities in high school. I try to slip in multiple times without being confrontational that my fiance and I are gonna be a family soon and how he's my priorities and so on. Just to get the message across without having some uncomfortable conversation. She didn't seem to get it though, and something dramatic ended up happening. Angela's birthday was 2 days ago, and she's planning on having a celebration tomorrow night. The place she picked was a male strip club. I texted her and told her I won't feel comfortable to attend because strip clubs cross my and my fiance boundaries. It's not because we don't trust each other, we just don't feel comfortable with that in our relationship. Anyone who knows about this boundaries has told us it's a normally boundary. Angela said that I would be stupid to imply that I'll skip her birthday. I said that we could hang out, the two of us, someday and get drinks, but I just don't feel comfortable attending a strip club. She said, but you're my best friend. You're not gonna skip your best friend's birthday, are you? I said sadly I'll skip it, but insisted on an alternative for another day. She got disappointed and said she didn't expect me to ever put a man's needs over our friendship. I reminded her that he's my fiance. She argued that him being a fiance of mine doesn't mean he deserves special treatment over her. I told her that's exactly what she means. And I reminded her that she's not equal to my fiance anymore in such situations because he's the person I'm going to marry and have a family with, and he's my number one priorities. I probably shouldn't have said that because she claims I'm the asshole, and I replaced her when I used to have her as my number one. I apologized for that phrasing and tried to explain what I meant, but she wasn't having it and said I should go cry to my fiance and she doesn't need my fake apologies. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings. I just felt like she was pushing me and had a one-sided competition with my fiance, and I said that. Am I the asshole?
No. I'm gonna say no to this one. Her friend sounds very selfish in my mind. I think so. I understand where her friend's kind of coming from. If you have a friend you've known for years, a best friend, I'm the type of person where I would put my friends first because I feel like they've been in my life longer. But however, again, this is your fiance, and this is someone you know you want to have a future with, and your friend should understand. Your friend should understand that, and also you've compromised with her saying, I don't want to go to the strip club. I feel uncomfortable. My fiance feels uncomfortable. And your friend should understand that as your best friend, that you don't like that idea. And again, you've made your compromise that you'll do something with her separately. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So for her to pretty much ignore your feelings on this, because I don't think you're replacing her. I think it just comes off that way because it feels like it to her. But I don't think you're replacing. You're not saying you don't want to be her friend anymore. It's just you have new priorities. What do you think?
I am conflicted.
All right, talk
Because,
about it.
okay, so I get what she's trying to say. Like, she has boundaries that's within her relationship and she don't feel comfortable with it.
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is, okay, as her best friend, you should also understand why she wants you there. It's not she's saying, I mean, instead of picking an alternate date to do something else, what she could do is she could see if her fiance wanted to join them.
But I think she already like said like that going to a male strip club is something like they're just not comfortable. So I think it's appropriate to ask for a separate day. Because I'm the type of person where it's like I would never ask my friend to do something I know they don't like they deliberately don't like to do just because I want that. Some people
Right.
I guess they see like because it's my birthday, I can do what I want. At that point, I'm just like, it's my birthday. However, yes, it's my day. However, if you don't want to come, that's not your thing. You don't have to come. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think I would. I'm just that type of person. I would not ask my friend, especially someone I consider a best friend, to do something that makes them uncomfortable. You know what I mean?
Right.
Especially because she said her friend's like a party girl, essentially, anyway. And it seems
Yeah.
like the poster, they're trying to kind of settle more down.
I mean, I get it. Like I get both sides. I get maybe I'm just trying to see like the best in the whole situation, but if it was up to me, I like you, I would pick something where my friends like to do too. I mean, we like to go to the strip club. I mean, that's fine with us. I'm okay with it.
Are they open again?
I don't know, but I feel like they should be. The only difference is wear a mask.
Wear a mask during your lap dance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
wear a mask while you get your lap dance. Yeah. So I totally get it. But
Mm-hmm.
there's an update to this.
Okay.
Update. So I came here with an update, and the problem is totally behind us now. She was the one to call me and apologize for lashing out at me, and she wanted to meet and talk so we could resolve it and put it behind us. She said that she's scared she's going to lose me because we've been friends for almost 2 decades and she doesn't want our friendship to stop existing. I told her there's no way that would happen, but as I respect her life choices, I never intervene. She had to respect my choices as well. I listened to some comments who said I'm judgmental of her lifestyle, and I decided to ask her if she ever felt that way about me. She said she never felt like I'm judging her and not accepting her lifestyle than some of her friends who also had that same lifestyle as she.
I don't understand why. I guess other people that replied would say she's being judgmental. I don't see that. I just
I
think
mean,
she just doesn't. Her personality doesn't match with that anymore.
I think the reason why people would say that she's judgmental of her lifestyle is because of what she said in the beginning. She was like she go out clubbing all night. She acts mature because she immature. She hasn't grown up at since high school, and she never had a boyfriend. She's always been in situationships, so she doesn't know how commitment work. I mean, not because
Okay.
you're in a situationship mean you don't know how commitment work. You just don't. you aren't looking for anything. You haven't found the right person to be in a relationship with. And then she went on like, "Oh, I don't judge her for her lifestyle." But it sounded like a judgment based on that statement before.
Okay, yeah, I can see that then.
Yeah.
But I'm still gonna say I don't think she's the asshole in the situation. I said
Yeah.
and I guess they pretty much confirmed what I was saying. Like she feels like her friend is leaving her.
Yeah.
It's just you guys. I just think they just need to communicate more with that. Like honestly, listening to that, that feels like something like would happen to us, where someone's going to get more serious in a relationship or just something in their future, and then someone's gonna feel left behind. No offense, but I feel like that's gonna be you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, I'm gonna be left behind,
You're not
or
going to be left behind, but just based on past situations, I feel like you would feel like that.
yeah, I'm in my feelings
Yeah.
all the time. However, I have grown since then.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Really?
Now I'm just
You were
like,
just in your feelings like a few weeks ago about something else.
that was last week. This week I've grown since then. This week I'm just like leveling up, you know?
Proud of you for that.
Thank you.
Do you have another one or
No.
no?
My one, the one I like is no longer available.
That's fine. I have a couple more, so I'll just go on to the next one. Okay. Am I the asshole for not wanting my brother's girlfriend to spend the holidays with the family?
Your brother's girlfriend. It depends on why. Is she like, but then, I'm always so indecisive.
You are. Which is why I love doing this. Kind of forces you to make a decision.
Okay.
Just based on that title.
Okay. Repeat the title.
Am I the asshole for not wanting my brother's girlfriend to spend the holidays with the family?
Yes.
Just off the title? Yes.
Just off the title.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Let's hear it. My brother, male 29, has a new girlfriend in his life, female 20ish. They've been together for a couple months, though I assume they've known each other for longer. He seems really into her, which is great. I'm happy for him. They're long distance. They live on opposite coasts. So far, she has met my mother, but not me or our sister. Recently, he asked if she could spend Christmas with the family since her family is scattered around the country. I feel for her, but my initial reaction was a gentle no. That seems like a big step for a new girlfriend. I kind of feel weird meeting her or having her meet such a big family holiday, and my family has a tendency to be tense around the holidays. I was worried this would add to the awkwardness. My sister agrees with me. I suggested Thanksgiving as a compromise, but he wasn't interested. He didn't take it that well and essentially said, "Don't be surprised if I go to her then." He hasn't talked to my mother about this, who would be the person who would probably be the most hurt for it. More info. He did ask how I felt about her coming if I was comfortable before I responded. I also want to note that I didn't flatly say no. My response was, I think that's a big step and this wouldn't be the ideal time. So, am I the asshole for not wanting my brother's girlfriend to spend the holidays with the family?
I think yes,
Yes.
because she has nowhere else to go, right?
Yeah, the girlfriend?
Yeah.
Yeah, the girlfriend's family lives, I guess, scattered across the country, so she has no really set place to go for the holidays.
Right. And then they have a long distance relationship. So they might not even be able to get together for another holiday. Mm-hmm. And then I get why you wouldn't want, the girlfriend to come to the family event, well, holidays, because it gets tense, quote unquote, during that time. However, it might actually not be that bad. Mm-hmm. Like, the worst thing that could happen is that you guys get into a fight and then she leaves. Mm-hmm. Either way, it sounds like you would get into a fight either way. Because one, the brother, he seemed like if he doesn't get his way, he's not coming. And then the mom's probably going to get upset because her son isn't there. I mean, if anything, if they do end up break up, just make sure she's at the end of every photo every family photo so you could just cut her out.
I think, wow. I think I'm gonna agree with you. I'm gonna say, OP, you are the asshole in this situation. I don't think you have a say in what your brother wants.
Yeah.
Like, my thing is, I understand, like, she has a good heart. Like, I guess her whole thing is like they haven't been together for super long and it just seems new. However, again, it's not your relationship. You don't have a say in that, really. How long they should be together before they meet the family. This might
Yeah.
be like they could have been, like you said, they could have known each other for long. They could have been together for months, but they could have known each other for a lot longer.
Yeah.
They could have known each other for like 2 years, and this could be like,
A stepping stone for them.
exactly. It's like, you don't know, you don't have that right to say. And then, as far as my family gets tense or awkward during the holidays, just give her a warning.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
just be
let her
like,
know.
hey, my family's a bit weird, but if you still want to come, and she's like, yeah, I'm down, then it's not up to you, or it's not up for you to dictate how your brother's relationship should go. And yeah, pretty much how their relationship should go and the steps they take in the future of it.
Right. I don't think there's ever like a specific time for the family to meet a girlfriend. I think whenever they meet them, they meet them.
I
Like
think
it's not there's no, oh, first we have to be together for this long and then you meet the family. No, you just have to be together, and if you want them to meet the family, then they just meet the family.
I think meeting the family should come when you start using the title of boyfriend and girlfriend. Because you know how some
Yeah.
people, they'll go through like the talking stage or the
Yeah.
hookup stage, but they won't use they wouldn't say I'm in a relationship. Once I feel like they feel comfortable enough to say, this is my boyfriend,
And
this is
this
my
is my
girlfriend, we
girlfriend.
are in an exclusive relationship. This
Yeah.
is my person, no matter how long it's been. That's, I think, a good time to at least maybe start meeting the family. It could wait later
If you want.
if you want. But then again, this is your brother. This is and his girlfriend. This has nothing to do with you, really.
Yeah.
I guess
If,
I know it's concerned, but you don't have to be. He's good.
yeah, he's
He's
good.
good. He's how old did it say? He is 29. He's almost 30.
He's good.
He is good. We don't know your brother, but we're telling you he's good.
He's good.
Okay, so our
What we should do next is state unpopular opinions. At least one before
we'll
we
go to the
run out
next
of
story.
time. Yeah.
Okay. You have one?
Yes.
All right.
We could do two.
Sure.
Okay. First, I have a question, my question is, do you like superheroes?
Like movies or just superheroes in general?
In
Like,
general.
if they were real, like, would I like superheroes?
Like, do you watch like
Just the concept
the
of superheroes.
concept of superheroes? Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool.
Okay. Superman is better than Batman.
Okay. Okay, yeah.
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 And that's an unpopular
Wait,
opinion.
are these two connected?
Superman and Batman are both in the DC
Yes.
universe.
Okay.
Superman is from outer space.
No, I mean, like, I know who Superman and Batman
okay.
is.
Just
I know
like,
that. I mean, like, are these two opinions connected to superheroes or specifically
No,
Superman and Batman?
just this one.
Okay. So, the opinion is Superman better than Batman?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think so too.
I think so. I'm going to be so real. I honestly feel like people like Batman because has this dark and mysterious aura.
Yeah, and he said, "I'm Batman."
Yeah. I think honestly that's the only real reason I could see people saying they like Batman. I've yet
Yeah.
to hear a genuine, thorough reason of why Batman is better than Superman.
Yeah, like I was talking to my friend about it when I saw this. I'm like, oh my gosh, so cool. And we were talking about how Superman is much better than Batman, and the only reason why Batman ever won any fight against Superman was because he's holding back. Like, he doesn't really kill anybody. At least the good Superman. The other universe have a bad Superman where he just like ends everybody's life. like nobody can stop him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I agree with this so-called. I don't feel like
I
it's
think like just basically
unpopular.
if you like take away personal feelings and you just look at them like their skill
So,
set,
yeah,
Superman will be better.
yeah,
However, I think again, Batman has this dark, mysterious aura that people like, and then I also think a lot of Batman's motivation is revenge, specifically on Joker, and then everything that happened with his parents.
yeah.
And I feel like a lot of people relate to that. Not their parents dying,
Dying.
hopefully not, but just the idea of revenge.
Yeah, it like I associate Batman with you do you remember Gadget Man? Gadget. That dude, this dude with a whole bunch of
Inspector
gadgets.
Gadget?
Yeah, that guy. That
Gadget
guy.
Man.
So that's what I think. Like Batman, he has like gadgets and stuff. He's a millionaire who can afford to do. He's a white millionaire because if he was black, everybody would know who Batman is.
What?
Get it? Because Batman is white, so nobody can know who he is because he's a billionaire and there's a lot of white billionaires. But if it was a
Oh.
black billionaire and he was Batman, everyone would know that that specific billionaire is Batman.
I don't know because I mean, you have a couple of black billionaires. No one knows their name because they're black, in my opinion. And not enough people care enough to know.
Who are these black billionaires?
Exactly. You don't know.
Okay. And the next one I have is going on a date in a tracksuit isn't disrespectful.
What? Yo, whoever submitted that or whoever wrote that in, they went on a date with in a tracksuit and got disrespected.
Yeah.
Because that is so specific. I have never heard anyone say that. Is very specific. Whoever said that went on a date in a tracksuit, got called out, and they felt disrespected.
Yeah.
So disrespected that they had to go on the internet and ask to prove their point.
Yeah.
To answer that question, it depends. It depends on the context of the date.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, it depends on the context of the date.
Like if you're going out to like a romantic dinner, no, don't wear a tracksuit. Why?
Like,
Why?
you ever see those photos of like, when people take, it's so weird, when people are going on dates, them and their girl, and they take photos of their feet to like their shoe game, like it matches.
Sure.
And the guy will be like wearing sneakers
And the girls in the
like heels and
everything.
everything. I think that's stupid.
I mean, but
It's usually, and they'll like dress up in like a suit or whatever, or like
Yeah.
something nice, or even like nice sweats, but it's the point of it matching. Yeah, why can't you just wear like a nice suit and like nice shoes? Because clearly the idea is y'all going out somewhere fancy if she's like dressing up and everything. So it's like, why don't you just put on the effort to match in style, not just the color of your shoes? Like, that's the bare minimum. Come on now. I never understood that. I'm so serious.
Yeah.
I mean, when do you think is an appropriate time to wear a tracksuit to a date?
Personally,
Yeah.
never.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
Don't-
So you're
no.
just like,
Like, why you in a tracksuit? Dress better. I think you can dress better. Is this all that's in your closet,
I
sir?
think she can do better now. That sounds harsh.
Do better.
Do better. Do better. Get at least one pair of nice shoes. At least one.
Or
you can
just-
do that.
you
Get
don't even
black.
have
Black goes
to-
with everything.
Like, you don't even have to dress in a suit, but a tracksuit, you could wear pants, like regular jeans pants, or one of those joggers pants. You know, like it look
Joggers?
joggers. It looks like a pants, but it's not a pants.
So
What are those
it's
called?
more so like, don't have the look of it being a tracksuit. If you're
Yeah.
gonna wear a tracksuit, don't have it look
Like a
it.
tracksuit. Make it look like regular pants.
I get that. I
Yeah.
can see that.
So just better. Do better.
Do better. Come on, guys. Do better. All right. Do you have another one?
I do.
All right.
Okay, it's better to be hot than cold.
This is so interesting.
Hmm.
This is so interesting with me because my sister and I, our body temperatures run on two different spectrums. So my sister, like her body temperature, she tends to get like hot really easily.
Yeah.
So like she'll sleep with the AC on and she'll sleep with the fan on her as well.
Oh my god. God.
while I tend to get cold very easily. Like I get like these like weird kind of like hives if I'm in cold places for too long.
Wow.
Yeah, so my skin's very sensitive, but it's even more sensitive like during temperature changes.
Right.
So again, we run on very different spectrums. So sometimes we'll like conflict with each other where I'm like, can we cut the AC off because I'm cold, and she'll get frustrated because she feels hot. So I'm going to say it's better to be hot. No, I'm going to say, all right, here's what I'm going to do.
You're gonna flip a coin?
No, I can see both. I'm going to say it's better to feel hot only because, again, my body tends to run cold. So I like feeling warm. However, I think if you're in like some kind of setting, like in a building or whatever, it might feel better to feel cold.
Because
It's easier to put on layers to get yourself warm.
that's actually not true.
So you would you say the opposite?
I would say the opposite.
All
It's
right.
better to be hot than cold because when you're hot, you could take off layer.
You can only take off but so much.
Then sit naked.
What if you're at work?
How hot is it at work? that
There's
you have
no
to-
AC. All right. So let's say one of our previous jobs. Wink, wink. Adri and I worked together at a few times. So one of our jobs was in like a basement of this building. And do we have AC in there?
We do.
We did, right?
Yeah.
So what if there was no AC?
Then we have a fan too.
At
You
some
got you
point-
have to remember that they were also a little bit bougie and
But
act
that's
like
the
they're
thing,
white
though. You have
bougie.
but that's the thing, you have to buy material. You have to. I mean, I guess you have to buy material, but yeah, you have to buy electronics to cool yourself off. Like if you don't have an AC, you have to buy a fan. At least with like say if you're cold, you just put on more layers
Yeah,
of
but
items you own. Your clothes.
If you're at work and you don't have items of clothes, then what?
I mean, you have a coat. You came to work in a coat.
If
so-
you have a coat on and it's still cold, then what? Because I was talking to my coworker at school and she was saying how it's freezing. She has her coat on, but she has to sit in the office for hours in the cold, and this cold sinks in.
I'm still gonna stay mine because I feel like you can get your body temperature you can get your body temperature to rise easier than you can get it to cool down, in my opinion.
I think it's the opposite.
Well.
Well.
Next one.
Do we have time for another one?
We'll do one more opinion and I'll do one more story.
No, actually, let's do one more story and then that's it.
So one more story? All right. All right. So this one's a little long, but so I guess we'll just finish it off here. Would I be the asshole for reporting a conflict between me and my friend to her job?
Does he work there?
No.
Then, yeah.
See, I kind of picked this one out because I figured this would be an interesting one to talk about.
Okay. Go ahead, girl.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
So, I currently live together with my boyfriend, Michael, of 5 years. For the last month and a half, we've hosted a good friend of mine, Caroline, who moved due to her job and had some problems with the rental agreement. Caroline does know my boyfriend, although not very well. We only have spent a handful of outings as a group. Now, during the first few weeks, everything was pretty okay in our home. Caroline took care of a chunk of the housework. My boyfriend and I worked, and in the evening, we would hang out together. Caroline and my boyfriend had very little one-on-one interaction. It's pretty much just the three of us, usually.
Okay.
However, Caroline started to approach me specifically during times Michael wasn't around and told me, in her professional opinion, she is concerned about how Michael treats me. For context, she is a social worker that works a lot with troubled families, spousal abuse, and the like. I had no idea what she was referring to, and when asking for examples, she only said, "We'll talk later." Well, that later was last week. My mother called me to come over for some coffee, but specifically asked for Michael not to accompany me. Okay. I didn't think much about that since my mom doesn't approve my relationship with Michael. Just for side context, the mother does not like OP and Michael's relationship because they are in a gay relationship. The mother
Oh.
does not approve of that. So just for context of
Oh,
this.
that's okay. Carry on.
All right. Anyway, when I arrived, it was my mom, my dad, a friend of Caroline, and Caroline.
Okay.
They set up an intervention. Caroline had told them that Michael was abusive, that I was unwilling to accept that, and that it was necessary for them to help me get out of my relationship. She brought up some examples of that abuse and talked about how she sees things all the time at her job. Her examples, however, were factually wrong, grossly overstated, and some just plain stupid. The whole thing spiraled out of control. Caroline and I got into a shouting match with my mom supporting her. Eventually, my dad stepped in and I left. On my way home, I texted Caroline that she has 3 days to get out of my house. No surprise, my mom took her in the next day. When Caroline showed up to get her stuff again, she began talking about how she knows what she's talking about, how I should listen to her opinion because she's a social worker, and so on. Honestly, I pretty much ignored her. However, I was thinking if maybe I should at least give a short notice to her workplace, because if she evaluates my living situation as an abusive household based on completely nonsensical examples while hearkening on and on about her professionalism, I do wonder if she's overreacted in her workplace. So, they also added on, these are some examples Caroline has given. She says, Michael is financial abusing me. The reason is he's currently back to school and getting additional qualification for his job, meaning he only has a small income from a mini job. However, he does have an expensive hobby, so I'm paying for about 70 to 80% of our expensive. She also talked about him forcing me to work out, even though I pretty much always complain. You find that funny?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm lazy and a couch potato. I hate working out and sports in general. That's relatable to you, isn't
me.
it? I know. But I specifically asked Michael to help me work out. He's a sports therapist.
Okay.
And his forcing usually means just pulling my blanket away and tickling till I get up. It's playful.
Yeah.
She talks about stealing because Michael wears my clothes sometimes. We literally just put together all our clothes since we're roughly the same size.
That makes sense.
She thinks he's dumping house chores on me despite not working full time. I cook, we share doing the dishes, I iron the laundry, which Michael sucks at, but every other chore is him. She thinks he's an alcoholic because he drinks a wine or beer sometimes at dinner, while I don't drink at all. 1, maybe 2 to 3 times a week. We're in Germany. 80% of the population would be classified as an alcohol with that reasoning. I love that. So, would OP be the asshole for reporting to Caroline's job due to them having a conflict?
Wow, this is hard.
Ending it on a good note.
Because for one, I want to say that reporting somebody to a job that has not like it wasn't a case assigned to her. She assigned herself a case.
She took it upon herself to analyze you and your boyfriend.
Based on that. And then she went and gets somebody who's opposed to the relationship to begin with based on their personal opinions. I also see why reporting it would make sense because if she evaluates family and she's evaluating her friend's situation, how much of her cases did she evaluate wrong? Mm-hmm. So reporting it makes sense.
Yeah.
However, it's just like, but then this is also, it's like, that's a lot of work.
I think I'm going to say, you're right, it is hard. And I think I was reading some of the comments because I was confused about how I would go about this. To kind of just get an idea. And a lot of the comments were kind of saying the same thing. Like, if she is falsely or making these weird accusations on your relationship, who knows what she could be doing in an actual professional environment? So I can see that. However, I'm going to say you would be the asshole in this because you're not doing it out of the well-being of the other cases. I think you're just doing this out of anger.
Yeah, that's true.
So I don't know because if this was any other, it's like, if you saw her analyzing another relationship and making all these kind of like weird accusations, would you still think, I should probably report this to her job? Or is it because she's doing it to you in your relationship, you feel uncomfortable with her accusations, and you're just like, she's probably doing this
to
to
the
other
same thing.
people.
So yeah, you're right. It's like a personal thing. So I think he, she, they, whatever the pronoun is.
Yeah, because normally people state their pronoun or gender. This person chose not to. I'm just making the assumption that they're male identifying just because they did say that they are in a gay relationship. However, I could be wrong, but you know.
And this is based on their feeling about the situation. Like the friend, she has no right to comment on, make factual comments. Infactual, that's a word.
Let's let it be a word today.
Okay, it's the word today. New word of the day. Infactual. Comment about a relationship that she's not in. If she had went to the friend and just asked her, hey, I noticed that he drinks, which makes no sense because almost everybody drink in their
In
adult
Germany.
life. In Germany, no less.
Yeah.
And you don't get to say who does chores in a relationship that you're not in. Maybe he can't cook. Maybe his cooking sucks.
That's another thing. I'm like with Caroline. It's like you're here as a guest. You don't know what their schedule or what their tasks were set before you moved in.
Yeah.
This could have been something they agreed on long time ago.
Right.
But you're just seeing a small snippet of it because you moved in for a short amount of time.
Right. Like, I already state that I'm not doing all the cooking because I don't like to cook. I like to eat. That's my thing. I'm not gonna exercise. I might maybe in the future ask, my boyfriend, be like, hey, let's go exercise today, just because to change things up. But I doubt it because I'm also a couch potato. So, you know, she doesn't know what their agreement is, and she's not in the room when they make agreements.
Exactly.
So
I'm gonna say while Caroline is wrong,
yeah, and
I
is
would dump
an
her. I
asshole.
would dump her as a friend.
Definitely.
And I think I honestly, I do. This might be me overstepping my boundary a bit, but I kind of feel like Caroline, just based off the story, Caroline got the poster's mother involved because they knew the mother was homophobic.
Yeah.
And would have a issue with the relationship. But to guess that's just like a side tangent. I kind of believe. But is Caroline a bad friend? I think she's concerned. And I understand that, like, you're concerned for your friend. That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. However,
talk to her.
Yeah. Or talk to them. But I think it's just like, and then to say, in my professional opinion, putting your career and your job in place of it, that's not your right to say. I think that happens in a lot of like social work, even like therapy sessions. You're not allowed to evaluate people close to you because it's a conflict of interest. You know what I mean? So for her to do that is completely overstepping her boundary. And if she is a professional like she claims she is, she would know that.
Yes, she would.
However,
and this will go back to her first college sociology class where they talk about ethics. So
yeah,
homegirl is
way out of bounds. Way out of bounds for what she's doing. But again, the question is, are they an asshole for reporting it?
Yes.
I'm going to say yes in this situation because I feel like it's done out of anger, not out of genuine concern. So I don't think this is something you should really report it for.
Yeah, if it was like she observed her doing it to a case that she was assigned to, then yeah.
Because I think a lot of her assumptions is because you're her friend. She probably wouldn't make some of these assumptions to another regular case, but she feels the need to do it because you guys are so close, or were so close. So yeah, I'm gonna say in that situation, if you report it, you would be an asshole for that.
Yep. And this is where we end this week's episode.
This was fun.
Yeah, it was.
We should do another one like this eventually.
Okay. We shall do another one like this eventually.
Yep. So you want to talk about next week?
Yes. Next week episode will be horoscopes.
Yes.
Yeah. we're gonna find out our own opinions on it and see if we agree with our own signs. You know, the way it is.
The
You
way
guys
it
know.
is. Okay.
Okay, if you enjoyed this episode or any of our past episodes, feel free to follow us on our Twitter at thisisrandom_TA and leave us a review or just keep in touch if you want.
You can also like, subscribe, comment, and share our content on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is This Is Random. You can also like, comment, and review on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you choose to listen to your podcasts.
That's right. And this has been This Is Random with Téh and Adri. And we'll see you next week. Yep.
Bye.
Bye.